Green is my favorite color. How are you doing?
I'm so good. This is so beautiful.
Oh,
you
thanks.
have the best studio I've ever seen.
Thank you.
It.
We love it here.
It's awesome.
Yeah. But you've been touring with Tim McGraw, and I
Yes.
hear that you tried, because he's a very fit person. I know this.
The most fit.
The most fit. Like, I don't think he has an ounce of body fat.
He
it's
doesn't.
insane. But you worked out with him? Is that what you tried to do?
I mean, worked out is like
Okay.
giving it more credit. I flipped a tire. Oh yeah, there you go. I flipped the tire.
Wow.
Yeah, Tim. What's funny about this is I did this once, and he was like, see, that's how I feel about
That's
working out.
how I feel.
He literally is like the most humble person, and I was
Yeah.
like, so how far do you flip this tire? Because I think I like broke my back trying to flip it.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you know, just like from here to that bus, and it was like a football field.
Oh.
I was like, okay, cool. Well, you keep doing that, and I'll keep eating cookies on my bus while I watch you work.
Yeah, you're killing it for
Yeah, you're doing
humankind. Thank you
great.
for showing us what we're capable of. I don't need to. You had it. Speaking of health, though, you had a health scare recently. I did not know about. I just found out about. Are you good now?
Working on it.
Okay.
I had a heart condition called pericarditis, and you're supposed to keep your heart rate down as you are recovering, which as an artist and a performer and somebody who just released a record.
Run on adrenaline.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been scary, and I wanted to be honest with it because my shows look a little bit different right now, and also just I'm a young, healthy person that takes care of themselves, and
Yeah.
my body told me something was wrong, and so I just want people to listen to their body because you never know.
Don't you think that's unfair? How did you find out? Like,
Thought I was dying. It was like crazy, crazy chest pain. I thought I was having a heart attack, and so.
oh my God,
To
and
the
you
ER
are
I
so
went.
young.
Yeah, it's crazy because I'm a runner and I'm like, oh, my heart's healthy. I don't know.
See, all that does is tell me, well, I don't need to run. That won't help. That's just what I got from that.
Yeah, don't run. That's
not
what
what
I
you're
said.
supposed to get from it, but that's how I filtered it. But we were talking about, Theo James and I were talking about random jobs that we've all had.
Oh, yeah.
Like before everybody thinks, oh, it hit, and we never had a job before that. But what were some of your random ones? I heard one was also, he had a cleaning one and you had a cleaning one, right?
Yes, I didn't. I was like, he cleaned too? I would have liked to watch him clean a house.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's real pretty.
With a nice Merlot.
I'm like, yes, I will sit back and watch you clean that toilet. I was an Airbnb cleaner.
Yeah.
And saw a lot of things. A lot of bachelorette parties in Nashville would come.
See, that's worse, because people don't really take pride in the home. They don't own it.
No,
So-
they did not take pride in
Yeah,
it. They took
yeah.
pride in trashing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wrote every little thing while I was, during that time where I was cleaning Airbnbs.
Yeah.
It makes you appreciate when things happen for you, then you realize where you've been. And I know for
Yeah.
me, like I think about all the different shows that I played or the different jobs or all these things, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I had all of those years to just kind of like get some grit.
Yeah, and like your heart learning how to be like having a servant's heart, like
Yes.
like having to know how to serve someone and treat people and then know what is not respectful when you're
Right.
receiving that. It's just like a good learning ground, I think. But let's talk about your new album. I love hummingbirds. My mother and I are obsessed with them. So it's called Hummingbird. Why that title? Such a beautiful picture too. Like in motion. Come on. Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I've got to find. Every time I don't know why I'm telling this, but that little hummingbird came from Hobby Lobby. It was just on a stick, and then they somehow made it move, and it looks real, but it makes you laugh.
It's beautiful though. The photography is beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Well, you know, I went through a lot in the last 5 years, and I know that you understand.
I understand. Yeah.
And I wrote my album 29 Written in Stone in real time of this situation happening to me. And quite honestly, you understand, when you're moving 100 miles a minute, it was like, oh, wow, okay, this album is successful, okay. And I didn't process. And so I feel like this album is kind of my healing journey of finding myself again and finding joy after a lot of pain. And I've found so much joy and so much strength and so much beauty in
Finding the other side.
Yes.
That you didn't know was there, but people kept telling you it was there, and you're like, you're all liars.
Yes, and just feeling like I'm never gonna get through this. I'm never gonna feel like me again, and I feel so much more me. So this is kind of that representation of that.
Don't you feel, I say this all the time, people are probably tired of hearing this on the show, but like, don't you feel like it's the greatest blessing in the world?
Yes.
Like, I just feel bad that, like, even my sister and I have this conversation, it's just like, man, it's so awesome you have an outlet, like, for that. Not everybody has that outlet to, like, really express themselves, and it's such a blessing, yeah.
I always tell people that I wish everybody could see the way that as you're telling your story through songs and getting every night to have other people share their songs or their stories with you and just the way that they relate, it really has made me feel like I'm so not alone, and I wish everybody could feel that.
Yeah, that's the worst when you're going through it. Yeah, well, you're performing Woman to Woman.
Yes.
So talk about that song. I heard you earlier. Like, that was so good.
I wrote Woman to Woman there's a song on my album 29 called Next Girl, and this kind of
Yeah.
feels like its big sister.
Yeah.
And I feel so much responsibility in making sure that girls don't make the same mistakes that I've made. Maybe they'll listen to the song and go, okay, well, a little bit of insight, just of, hey, I speak from experience, it's not gonna change.
All right, stay here because Carly has a performance for us later in the show. You do not want to miss it. Her new album is called Hummingbird. It's available now wherever you get your music.